Now let's bring in former minority leader of the Ohio Senate, Capri Cafaro. And not only that, she was also on a Senate Transportation Committee, and she was involved in the Railroad Development Commission. So, Ms. Cafaro, you are very involved in the things that go through the state of Ohio, or you were very involved on trains. What can you tell us about the current state of East Palestine, that community, and the surrounding areas now?
Sure. Well, as a matter of fact, while I can't speak directly for the people of East Palestine, I am from the larger, greater community there in eastern Ohio, living about 35, 40 minutes north of East Palestine. This is, a community where, we play each other in high school sports. And so this has affected all of us. But obviously, it's impacted East Palestine and the 4,000 plus residents there in an incredibly detrimental way. You heard from some of the residents a little bit earlier. And number one, I don't know if I buy what Norfolk Southern is selling when it comes to the fact that this was an accidental indemnification. We've been having issues, not just in Ohio, but across the country when it comes to the disclosure of the hazardous chemicals and hazardous materials on freight rail. It's something that has been attempted to be remedied over the last decade or so, both, during the Obama administration, and they couldn't really get it done. They tried to deal with brakes during that period of time, and that got watered down. And then some of the other provisions were repealed. So there's an obvious issue here, one that we've seen as a member of the Rail Development Commission. And the other thing I want to note is that our community, the greater community in the Mahoning Valley and in eastern Ohio, we have, by and large, always had to fend for ourselves. The government, corporations have often sold us a bill of goods, and that's why we're skeptical, with good reason. No one has ever been there to help us. We're seeing that now. The state government, the federal government, and Norfolk Southern, first and foremost. There's been a lot of talk, not a lot of action. And people that have been displaced from their
Let me ask you about this, though, because you're hitting on something that I do want to ask directly about, which is the Norfolk Southern didn't even show up to that town hall meeting they were supposed to have. And so you're mentioning who should be doing something here. Is anybody that should be doing something doing anything? Because also FEMA says that Ohio is not eligible for federal disaster assistance because this isn't some sort of natural disaster. So the people that you would think would be involved in remedying this situation, it seems, are not as involved as they should be. And that's the appearance to me as an outsider. You're there. What do you think?
Well, there seems to be a lot of buck passing. Now, I'm not currently in office, but I see, a lot of what's going on in the community. There are elected officials, Sherrod Brown, J.D. Vance, Bill Johnson, and others, Democrats, Republicans, House, and Governor Mike DeWine. Everyone is saying, we want more help from the federal government. We've spoken to the White House. Then you hear people saying, well, we want Governor DeWine to issue a disaster declaration, which could potentially trigger other things from the federal government. It took over 2 weeks for the EPA administrator to show up in East Palestine, after they had to do a controlled release of hazardous, poisonous chemicals, and even the Department of Transportation is passing the buck. So, and Norfolk Southern, as you heard from the woman from East Palestine there, concerned about their physical safety. They thought that there might be some, altercations at the town hall meeting if they showed up. Yet you don't see them really, caring about what is happening in East Palestine. They had some open letter. A lot of words have been exchanged. I don't see a lot of action. And in the meantime, people are getting sick. Animals have died. Groundwater is still not safe, and people don't know what to believe. And when you don't really hear from the authorities in a consistent manner, of course you're going to be skeptical.
I understand. Capri Cafaro, former Ohio State Senator, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.